Hey, what's up, guys? We are All Time Low, but you already knew that. It's very nice to be here back on this comfy couch with the good people.
I think it's a new couch, actually.
I know, but I mean, it's like the metaphorical couch.
I'm going to break it in tonight.
Oh. The record's really exciting for us. You know, I think we tried some new things on this one. It's got some twists and turns that I think people might not expect, so that's really exciting. We have a lot of songs, so it was kind of all about going into this one and figuring out what we hadn't done yet, what we hadn't tried. Really, also, we came up with kind of a story that we wanted to tell on the record, and that was all kind of done through the character, the last Young Renegade, and through the rise and fall and rise again sort of thing.
I think it might be our first record that kind of like from track 1 to 10 takes you on a little bit of a journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got your highs and your lows, and it's kind of our first record that's really meant to be listened, not on shuffle, if you will.
I think this record goes a little darker than previous records. You know, it's a lot of reflection and self-reflection, but also, you know, looking back on things that have gone certain ways for us that have made us who we are today. And I think ultimately the record is about getting through those things and being better off for it. I think, you know, that's something that comes up again and again on this record, whether it's talking about relationships or your own self-doubt or your anxieties or your fears or your frustrations, but also like celebrating how those things teach you about the world and how you kind of come to exist in it.
That's a good point. I was going to say darker doesn't necessarily have to mean, you know, sad or depressing or anything like that. It's kind of just life, you know.
It's more about embracing the fact that, you know, you do go through things as you live, and you know, it's all about how you handle those things and come through them. So I think the throwback feel really kind of came from the fact that a lot of, as I said, the lyrics and the content felt really reflective and almost nostalgic in a lot of ways. We were writing from a place of looking back on ourselves, and for that reason, I think we also wanted to fit the music to match that feel. So in doing that, we were, at the time, I've said this, we were listening to a lot of like older records, going back and listening through like Prince's catalog after he passed away and Bowie's catalog after he passed away, pulling little things from what they were doing that made them so great. A lot of ear candy, and there's a lot of ear candy on this new record, that was one of the big takeaways, was that, you know, you kind of, like, not to get too nerdy and soundy right now, but there was like, we left a lot of, it's a very wide record that we left a lot of space, and so there's a lot of space for those moments. Especially on headphones, you notice more and more of these little things that kind of pop out at you, which I think makes going back and listening again and again really enjoyable.
And also gives a cool dynamic to our live show, which is something we've never had before, and it's going to be a whole new sound for our live show. And now that we have 7 albums out, you know, it can get samey sometimes, and we thought that the new album would be a cool way to break up the show like that.
And I think you bring up a good point when you listen to those, you know, Prince, Bowie. It's very easy to know that they were great and that they're legendary, but to kind of listen through and pick out why is a whole different thing, and it really makes you dive in and kind of dissect the music a little bit more than just listening to it. Because
not only the lyrics, like the production as well.
Yeah, everything
all
about
of
it.
Yeah, like what the ideas were behind everything. And also, we were watching Stranger Things like the entire time that we made this record, so I think a lot of the feelings that those shows gave me at that time, we
tried to recreate it.
Yeah, we wanted to see if we could capture that on this one.
In essence, those 6 kids wrote the record. We're just going to give it up to them at this point.